Hi, I'm here to talk about my unconventional gender and my sexual identity, or sexual preference, and what have you, or identity. Part of my brain development, you know, between between conception, for lack of a better word, and about age 25 when the brain quits development, a significant portion of my brain development was towards a female brain instead of a male brain. So, as we all know, the brain houses the consciousness. It's where it affects everything about a person, the very core of one's being. So, yeah, I don't always perform masculinity right. It's because of my gender. Often, um, the femininity that sneaks into my mannerisms from time to time, which less so over the years because got habituated to performing, and that does so by social necessity, but so on. But there's always enough femininity snipping in that I'm often saying, nah, this guy must be gay. Especially since I have this social awkwardness that prevents me from talking to a woman to whom I'm attracted. If I like her, I can't talk to her. And so people just mistake me for being gay, and I sometimes say that the gayest thing about me is the female part of my brain is lesbian, kind of half joking, half serious. But a lot of that is because I grew up in a very homophobic community, very homophobic civilization, really, or society. And so being mistaken for gay was to me also kind of defamatory, even though there's nothing wrong with being gay. It felt defamatory because I was mistaken for gay in a very homophobic community. And all my life I've lived in a very homophobic social setting or another, so I'm accepting of gays. In my youth, I was often had received a lot of unwanted attention because back in my 20s, I was young and pretty. Figuratively, had to fight the gay men off with a bat. Figuratively, and that's mostly considered flattering. Except that, as almost any woman can tell you, I'm sure, some men get infuriatingly and alarmingly insistent when they don't want to take no for an answer, often to the point of where I sometimes found myself concerned for my own safety and contemplating potential self-defense strategies. I hold no, or however, I accept gay men as my brothers and wish to be included in the queer community at large because I am bigendered. Even though still use he, him for pronouns for myself, I'm bigendered. Since coming out, I found out that I can be, or I'm more likely I can be sexually attracted and turned on by trans women who likely still have male parts where the anatomy that goes against my preference, but that's overcome by my attraction to females, and I see them trans women as females. So, and I know I could get past the biological preference because back when, I mean, think about it. I spent my 20s unable to get next to any women, getting all kinds of unwanted attention from gay men. Of course, I kind of got, and having this gender femininity that I know of in myself, of course I got curious, and I experimented, and I could afford to get really picky with my experimenting in that direction because, like I said, I had figuratively had to fight the gay men off with the bat. Only two occasions that it ever worked. One, a night spending sleeping in the car in the process of a ride hitchhike on a long distance hitchhike, and the guy was a master at teasing in one's sleep until by the time morning rolled around and I woke up, I just didn't give it her and I had to have relief. And good lord, best blowjob I ever had. Yeah, best blowjob I ever had was from a gay man. How you know he's gay? Cause he jacked off to giving, or cause he jacked off to giving me a blowjob? Yeah, okay. Other was a very feminine gay man who really had game. And yes, I enjoyed that experience. Otherwise, just, yeah, I felt icky. Just no, if that's your cup of tea, that's your cup of tea. Just, to me, it felt icky. Unless there's the romantic connection, which, yeah, to a or romantic attraction, which I am attracted to trans women, as well as cis women. But I hope that clarifies things for everyone. Thanks for indulging me and listening.